Divertidos. Va a ser un gran día. Otra sortilla rápido hoy. Beth es la pintura tu col verde. Correctamundo. I'll paraphrase that. Basically, it's going to be a great day on number 22. Beth is going to do another quick draw, and she's going to paint a green cabbage. By the way, our favorite gift with the big smile is Carlita. Hola.
Hola.
Hola. Gracias. She might want to say something. We have a song in mind that we see at night. Would you go ahead?
La cucaracha, no necesita mi bicicleta.
Bueno. Sí, muy bueno. All right. Stay tuned. Thank you. Live from Pine Top, Arizona, it's that painting show starring the Color Queen.
Hello, folks. I'm Beth Zink. Welcome to day 22 of that painting show. Our guest today is Scarlett, who I think turned into a wizard. Are you a wizard?
What kind of wizard are you?
I'm a painting wizard.
A painting wizard?
Uh-huh.
How do you become a painting wizard? What do you do?
I make magic paintings.
Let me see.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Look at this beautiful painting.
That
Who
is
painted this?
That is
I
magic.
did.
You did? Wow, you're an excellent artist. Well, thanks for coming, Miss Wizard. Come see us again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, well, today we have another quick draw painting. Actually, I have a lot live action because I'm painting not from a photograph, but from a real vegetable. A lot of people who paint in still life like to actually work from life, and I'm going to do that today, although I don't have quite the proper setup for it. But first, Sheriff John, who is today's lucky duck?
The lucky duck is, it's a surprise for you.
It is Sharon from Phoenix. Sharon says, "Why do you always use the color purple?" Oh, she gives me a hard time about that. I love purple. My favorite color is red, but I do love purple. It's a great accent color, and just for your knowledge here, yellow is the opposite of purple. So when I do a yellow bell pepper today, I'm going to have this purplish background. I already did a little sketch, and I always underpaint my painting first. And I do sketch in charcoal, white charcoal pencil or chalk, and do the little sketch. I just actually sat it right here next to my canvas, and I kind of angled it a little bit so I can see just a nicer view. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and do what we call blocking in the color. By the way, do I look like a senora?
Oh, sí. Senorita.
Oh, no, senorita. Okay, always add white to your yellow and orange color. I'll show you why. See how this dark background is so dark. Yellows and oranges, light colors tend to always be translucent, meaning the light shines through. In other words, the background color is going to come through. I may be stopping, as I did last time, and going and drying the paint and coming back to meet you in a few minutes once I get this blocked in. You can actually see my streaks, and part of the reason is that the paint is so translucent. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to be painting a green cabbage, wasn't I?
That's right. You got the
Sorry.
wrong memo.
I got the wrong memo. Yeah, no, actually, I decided that particular painting that I was going to do was way too complicated for a quick draw. I'll do it another time when I'm not trying to emphasize the quick part.
You're almost done already.
I'm using a broad, flat brush, cadmium yellow paint, and cadmium orange paint with some white. I don't know if I ever told you, but I prefer titanium white. It's more opaque, meaning you can't see through it. There's also something called zinc white. I always say zinc is bad. Ha!
Ha ha.
Ha ha. So I'm just layering this paint, trying to get as much as I can. And you see, I'm kind of like putting it on like icing. I'm not pressing real hard. I'm not rubbing my brush. I'm just laying the paint on there because I want it to be as thick as possible so I don't have to make too many coats on that dark brown. Dark background I have. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the green of the stem, and then I'm going to take a break and go dry it and come back. This is yellow, cadmium yellow with deep green or hooker's green and a little bit of white. That's the stem. That's its base. And then I'm not sure what you call this part of the plant, but it's where the stem attaches to vegetable, where the stem attaches to it. So I'm going to just put that in, that little shape. It's almost like a little star. Okay. I'm going to stop right there and take a break. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Got the old hair dryer going and dried out the paint real quickly for us. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the highlights and shadows on this pepper. The sun or the light above us kind of shows how the stem of the pepper has some veins in the upper part. When in doubt, put your highlights on the high side because usually the sun is up in the sky somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but our natural light comes from above. So have your highlights on the high side of every object. I'm using a small round brush. I've just added a tinge of white to my paint to kind of hit the, make a little bit of a lighter yellow green here. And then when I come back to my shadows, I'll add a darker yellow or darker green. But for this, so that kind of, can you see how that just gave it some contour? Can you see that? Sure.
I can. The light is good.
The light is good. Light is good. Light good.
Light.
Okay.
The light.
All right, so I'm going to also hit highlights on the tops of my peppers. Pepper, I should say. I have another pepper. I have an orange pepper I bought today.
Pimiento.
It was so funny. I was at Safeway and I was buying peppers not to eat, but to paint. So I was looking for the prettiest ones. And Scarlett was with me and she thought that was pretty darn funny.
It is. It is.
Well, I'm sure anybody around me thought it was funny also. So here's the highlights. Always add white if you want to lighten the color. And I'm using cad yellow and cad orange. Kind of a mixture of those two colors to get this. And you know, this is a painting, it's not a photograph. So it's okay to change up the colors if you like. Always use lots of paint so you don't have to, don't be stingy with your paint. It's always good to just use plenty of paint and spread it on. Now that I have that first coat under there, it's real easy to come back and put second layer on. Boy, that's looking pretty good, don't you think?
Looking really good. Looks.
Oh, pretty, pretty. You know, I'm not crazy about bell peppers as a vegetable. You know I don't like vegetables. I mean, I don't like certain vegetables.
Except mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. They're not very pretty to paint. I love broccoli. I've painted broccoli before. So that's looking pretty good. Now I think I just need some shadows. Right?
Yeah, looking real good.
So on the shadow on the underside, the green, I might take a titch of, guess what? Purple. I love to darken green with purple.
If everything else isn't working, use purple.
That's right. You can notice also I have a purplish background here, table or surface or whatever, and I'm actually going to take a couple of streaks of purple out to the side, just to give some interest to the base that the vegetable is sitting on. Last but not least, I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow on my yellow, and shadows on yellow are hard to do, right? So I usually use a little titch of orange in my yellow, or even like a burnt sienna color. Whoa, that's way too much. And I didn't mean that. So how do you get rid of that? You wait for it to dry and paint over it, or you just go ahead and paint over it right now. Blend it in. I want a darker version of that yellow down at the bottom. See how that kind of makes it look like it's in shadow? Blend it. It's all wet, so it can be blended.
Looking
Hey,
really good.
I think that's perfect.
Looks delicious.
I think that's perfect.
Delicious.
So that's it. That's the quick draw. Now we have a few other things to do. We have a oldies but goodies painting of the day. This is a painting I did from up here in Pine Top. It's called After the Ride, and I did it about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's a real cute painting of some horses that have just come in from a trail ride up by Sunrise Ski Resort. That original price was $950, and we have it on sale for $650. Last but not least,
Pearls of Wisdom.
Pearls of Wisdom. Hard to do over over this Mexican hat. But this one is from Will Rogers, and Will says, he has a lot of great quotes. He says, live in such a way that you would not be ashamed to sell your parrot to the town gossip. That's a good one.
Oh.
All right. Once again, thanks for joining us. Be safe, stay well, and see you next time. Bye-bye.